Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon, bringing you guys the weekly soul connection reading. And so this is going to be for today's date, which is Monday, October 14th, going all the way until Sunday, October 20th. So I'm doing something a little bit different today. The last couple of weeks, I've went ahead and split the reading up into 2 different groups. And I think last week I even did 3. So rather than having you guys pick a particular group, catering to your specific needs and connection, I kind of figured that let's just go ahead and do a pick a card. So whatever you guys decide to choose as far as these 3 objects right here, the timestamps down below, 1, 2, or 3, will be your message. And of course, if it doesn't resonate, you don't have to take it. So I'll put them down below. These are these baby doll heads here. Number 1 looks like this with a little bit of the black right there. Number 2 and number 3. These are created by Wing and Bell, so I'll put their Etsy shop down below where you guys can get these if you're interested, as well as their pyramids, their organites that I usually use. All the decks that I'm using will be in the description box below. If you guys are international and you want to purchase my decks, you unfortunately will not be able to on my Etsy shop. So just email me with the email below and I'll go ahead and send you guys a special link. Other than that, if you guys are in the United States, you can just go straight to my Etsy shop. So what I want to tell you guys before we even get started is that this kind of a soul connection reading can be twin flame, soulmate, however you resonate with the person. The label doesn't matter. I usually tend to channel for those that are in some sort of separation or challenge. But the thing is, because we're doing a pick a card here today, it could just come through with whatever your situation happens to be. So let's just get into it, okay? All right, you guys, so if you chose number 1, this baby doll organite here, let's go ahead and get your messages. So I'm just going to put that right there. And we're going to focus right now on what is this person. I'm not going to do masculine or feminine today. Whoever's watching the video, what your person, the person that you're watching the video for, what their energy is towards you at this present time. We're going to break it down to what they're thinking about you, when they're, what that looks like, also what their heart space is in, and as well as their spirit or energy. So let's get into it. So we're going to use the Steampunk Tarot, and we're going to combine it with the Oracle of Shadows and Light by Lucy Cavendish. So let's get into it. What is your person's energy if you chose number 1? In their headspace, mental thoughts towards you at this particular time. All right, let's get into it. Mentally, what does that energy look like? Okay, so we have tempting offer has a high price. And we have the 7 of Wands. Very interesting. So to me, right off the bat, what this is telling me is that this person might feel very guarded when they're thinking. So when they think about you or they think about the connection, they might be tempted to come towards you. They might be tempted perhaps to make contact with you. They might be tempted to do something that they're thinking about, but maybe they're not acting on it. The 7 of Wands is a card that indicates somebody who is, putting up their guard and they're kind of fighting off something. And the fact that we have this carnivorous flower fairy, we have all of these Venus flytraps. And so it's kind of like if this person were to go towards you, perhaps there would be some sort of a challenge or some sort of a conflict, a price to pay, etc. One of the cats wants to get in. Hold on for just a second. Come on, kitten. Come on, baby. Sorry, guys. The kitten wants to get in, and if she doesn't come in right now, she's going to... Come on, come on. She's going to continue to be a pain in the butt. Sorry about that. So as you can see, a tempting offer has a high price. So the thing is, you might be offering them something. They might be wanting to offer you something. Either way, there is a challenge when it comes to, coming towards you or thinking about you or making contact. So that is your person's energy. What's going on in their heart space, their feelings? Okay, we have the energy of breaking dawn. And it's combined with the Queen of Swords. Now, the thing is, you guys, the Queen of Swords can be coming through because that could be you, or that could be somebody in your person's life. But we have breaking dawn. They would really have to break something here. They would have to break a pattern, break a cycle, break silence. And with breaking the silence or doing something, breaking through a cycle, the Queen of Swords comes out. And the Queen of Swords can be challenging. The Queen of Swords is somebody that you're going to have a truthful conversation with. This is a queen that you can't lie to. This is a queen that you can't pull the wool over their eyes. And so it could be that if you're in a separation with this person, or you guys are trying to connect, but there's an issue or a challenge or a problem, maybe even another person in the situation, that's why we have the tempting offer has a high price. There's the price of the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is the queen of truth. She is the queen of having to deal with something sometimes that might be unpleasant, especially with somebody who may have been trying to get away with something. So there is kind of like a seriousness that this person knows that they would have to face if they dealt with you, is what I'm seeing here, or if they were to try to work things through. So that's interesting. Let's take a look and see what is their spiritual energy, like their soul, their energy with you. Okay, so we have be your true self. So somebody wants to be authentic deep down. At the end of the day, they do. They want to bring you this truth. So this is interesting. The Knight of Swords facing the King of Swords. Now this is, the Queen of Swords. This is not a King of Swords. It's a Knight. So the Knight is not as, in the same, when it comes to the hierarchy, is not in the same level or the same kind of position as the Queen is. But the Knight at least tries. The Knight tries to make that effort in order to take some sort of action or to cut through some sort of a challenge and get to the truth. So I feel like your person does want to be authentic and be their true self with you, but there are some challenges in their way, and it might be their environment. So it could be in the form of another person, or it could just be because they know that they're going to have to get serious when they deal with you, and whether your person is or isn't ready, that's the challenge right there. It's a challenge either way. Okay? So that is the first bit of messages. So let's now take a look and go into their biggest fear and challenge that they have towards you in this connection. Now that really just came out, but let's just see if there's anything else. So of course we're going to go into my Twin Flame Shadows deck here for this. What is their biggest fear and challenge when it comes to this Queen of Swords business, whether that's you or someone else? Okay, so we have the energy of projecting, we have embarrassment, okay, and we have doubt. Interesting. Okay, so I'm getting a couple of messages right off the bat. So it's almost like somebody does not want to jump the gun. They don't want to speak too soon. They don't want to offer something too soon because they're not sure if they can, or they're not sure if they're ready. So they're kind of holding back, okay? There's also an energy here of being embarrassed by their circumstances or being embarrassed by something. They don't want to subject you to it. That's kind of what I'm getting from the projecting energy, okay? They don't want you to doubt them, and so they might be afraid that maybe some sort of deception or some sort of a lie is swimming around, and so they're not quite sure if you're going to believe them. If they were to come towards you and apologize, or if they were going to try to clear the air, they're not sure if you're going to believe them. So for some reason, they fear that you're going to doubt them. They're fearing of some sort of embarrassment, and they also don't want to subject you to something that maybe it's just not fair to you. That's what I'm getting here. Interesting. So I hope that resonates for some of you out there. Let's now take a look at their outer influences that are affecting the connection. So we're going to go into my newest deck, which is called Spirits of Darkness and Light. What energy is around them currently in their outer environment? Interesting. Okay, so I'm getting definitely the energy, whether it's your connection from the past or it's a connection around them. But we have the Spirit of the Black Rose. The Spirit of the Black Rose is revenge, despair, and tragic romance. So the Queen of Swords is here for a reason. The Queen of Swords shows up because she's guarded or she's got a bone to pick. And so there's an issue here. So it's coming in, it's like in their environment. It affects them. It affects their lives. So whether it's you or whether or not it's someone else, there's some kind of a tragedy here or some sort of a revenge. I just did get a message now. I got a message too that, again, this Queen of Swords might be projecting some sort of an energy onto this individual, causing them to doubt or causing them to have confidence when it comes to moving past them. So there could be a controlling female or even a controlling just person. It doesn't have to be a female in your person's life, and it could be a parent. It doesn't have to be a lover. It could be a friend, a sibling, that is basically projecting their ugliness and their fears onto your person and causing a lot of havoc and doubt in their life, or even with your connection. So I am getting that there's like a third party influence here. Again, it doesn't have to be romantic, that's affecting the situation. Okay. So now we have the spirit of the mermaids. And so the spirit of the mermaids is about being free. It's about wanting to be free. Somebody who is untamed, so not caged up, and somebody who is just feeling good, feeling beautiful, feeling really happy. But see, look at this, you guys. There's a cross to bear. There's a burden and a hardship and a lesson. I sense karma. I sense that somebody's done something, and so they're kind of paying the price, unfortunately. They're paying the price with a choice that they made. So it's either a choice that they made that wasn't good when it came to your connection, or it's a choice that they've made in their current partner, and so they're trying to get out of that situation, perhaps trying to come towards you, and they're experiencing a lot of hardship, and they're having to learn the lessons the hard way. It's kind of like they've made their bed, now they're going to have to lie in it kind of energy. So yeah, there's something going on here for this person. They're either getting the lessons of karma because of what's happened between the two of you, and they might be trying to just kind of free themselves from this burden of this lesson, kind of trying to escape dealing with it, or it could be that they're dealing with this in the form of another person. But either way, I do feel like the Knight of Swords is your person wanting to basically be their authentic self and to break free from a situation and come towards with the truth, you know, seriously breaking dawn there. But then we have the Seven of Wands, which is, I don't know if I can have what it is that I want because it might have too high of a price. It's tempting, but I don't know if I should. So that's very specific for some of you out there. If you're not resonating with this, it might not be your reading this week, or it just might not be the correct choice right now when it comes to what you've chosen. So let's take a look now and see what is the current state of your connection and those lessons. Let's go ahead and use my Twin Flame Journey Tarot, combining it with my Twin Flame Oracle. What is the lesson? Just the energy. Okay, so we have things taken a new direction. If you're a feminine watching this video and you're dealing with the masculine, so like that's who you're watching the video for, I do feel like this masculine is trying to go in a new direction, take things in the correct direction. For some of them, I feel like they might be trying to hide from the lesson. They might be trying to hide from their karma and, you know, the burdens that they've created in their lives. They might be trying to escape it, escape the reality of the situation. But I think for most, they are trying to go towards the light. They are trying to do the right thing. That's what I'm seeing here. The answer is yes. Okay, so I feel like what Spirit is trying to tell you right now is the answer is yes, as in there is tranquility ahead. Now, the Six of Swords is a card of kind of distancing yourself in order to give yourself breathing room from a very traumatic or a very like a tumultuous situation. Is that the right word? You know, it's just basically the waters are very rocky. And so you definitely are trying to get to calmer waters. That's the Six of Swords. So it could be the answer is yes, as in to move away from situations that are causing stress, that are causing you grief. Maybe if your particular person who happens to be a masculine, maybe they're in a situation right now that seems to be very dramatic. It might be time for you to perhaps give that masculine some space in order to work out the stuff that he needs to work out. That's just kind of what I'm getting. Also, for some of you, I feel like the answer is yes, that your masculine will be able to get through this challenge, will be able to distance himself from this particular, you know, let's just say female or a situation that they're in, I guess. I try not to say male or female, it's just the way that I channel, but whatever masculine you're dealing with, it's like them getting away from that Queen of Swords, whoever that happens to be, if that's the case. Last message. We have signs. Yeah, I'm getting here all the signs are here for a reconciliation, good times ahead. The signs are here to basically just try to enjoy yourself and to just basically be around friends and family, be around people or situations that lift your spirits, not drag you down. So again, if your connection with your masculine right now is causing you stress and it's causing you grief, or someone around the masculine is causing some sort of drama for you, it is time for you to take a break from that and just spend some time with, quality time with family and friends and people that are there to support you. But I also feel like the answer is yes, is then whatever is happening here with this masculine, it looks to me like the answer is yes, that you guys will be able to go towards calmer waters, and that the signs are going to point you to basically have some sort of a friendliness later on. Three of Cups is very friendly. Three of Cups means that we're reconciling. We're reconciling differences. We're having a good time. So to me, it looks very positive ahead. So if you've been in rocky times, it does look like things are going in the right direction. So follow the signs that Spirit's trying to give to you. Okay? So those are the messages on that. So let's now take a look and see what is it that they want to tell you from their higher self. Okay? What does this person want to tell you from their higher self? Let's go ahead and go into my Twin Flame Messages Volume 2, and let's combine them with the deck that I don't use very often. It's called the Chronicles of Destiny, and I don't know why I don't use them often. They're really freaking cool cards. So let's just see what we get here. What does this person want to tell you from their higher self that maybe they are having a difficult time telling you in words? Okay, so somebody misses the feel of you next to them, and we have the lighthouse. So to me, the lighthouse is about like that light in the darkness, that lantern basically guiding the way. That lighthouse is basically safety. It helps the person to find their way back home. So I miss the feel of you next to me. This is telling me here that your person is telling you from their higher self that they do plan to basically seek you out and find you in the darkness, because they do miss the feel of you next to them. That is what I'm seeing here. Okay. So it does look to me like your person does want some sort of reconciling, does want some sort of, reunion. And I did see that with the Three of Cups. So now let's take a look and see what is the projected energies for the future. And of course, energies are energy. Nothing is set in stone. So that's why I said projected. This right here is called the Trick or Treat Tarot. Trick or Tarot, sorry. I always forget the name of this. Trick or Tarot. What is the projected energies of the future? And this right here is the Halloween Oracle. Okay, so that is going to be the overall energy for the future. We have scrying intuition. Trust your intuition when it comes to making decisions in the future. With the Queen of Wands. Okay, so I feel like the person watching this video is the Queen of Wands. You do not have to be female at all. It just means the Queen of Wands is very confident, very sure of herself. And then we also, we have the scrying energy, which is about intuition. Basically feeling good. Like what feels good to her is what she's going to go towards. If it doesn't feel right, she's going to pay attention to that. So again, if you're dealing with energies that don't feel good, you're going to distance yourself from them. You're going to go towards calmer waters because that's what feels good. You're going to spend time with people that uplift you, not drag you down. The Queen of Wands is very smart. So that is in your energy for the future. You have that in your side. And we have the Emperor's energy. Okay, so I'm getting two messages here in regards to this masculine, because the masculine is someone that you're probably watching this video for, but it could also be your own energy of the Emperor taking on your own masculine side. The Queen of Wands, fire suits, fire signs are masculine energies, and so this is an energy here where you're really taking on the Emperor's role. You're taking ownership. You're basically laying down the law. You're sitting on your throne and you're saying yes, no. You're doing what's right for you. So I feel like you're taking back your power. You're standing in your power and you're basically commanding exactly what's happening in your life. And we have the Three of Swords. Exactly. The Three of Swords is any kind of third-party energy. And I sense this through the entire reading. There is some sort of sadness, betrayal, either that has been done to you by this person, okay? Or there's a lot of stuff happening around them that is causing you stress and grief, and you're just not wanting to put up with it or deal with it or allow it to affect you any longer. So you are allowing this person to take charge of their life and trust your intuition that that's the best thing that you can do, is to let them basically find their way back to you if that's what's meant to be. If this person doesn't choose that and they choose to stay perhaps in a miserable situation, or they choose to stay in the dark where they're not willing to basically, see the error of their ways and change, then you don't want them to come back anyways. And so I feel like the Queen of Wands is saying, you know what? I deserve this and I'm not going to accept any less. Beautiful. So not bad for the projected future energies. So even if things are still like this, I'm seeing here that you have the power to basically move forward and trust that something either better will come along or things will work out in divine timing. Either way, I feel like it's pretty good. So let's close up this reading with some advice from Spirit. We're going to be using my Signs from Spirit Love Oracle, and we're going to combine them with these fortune reading cards. What is some advice that Spirit has in regards just for you, the person watching the video? This is the one that wants to pop out. We have Star. I love it. It says, hard times are over. Look forward to an abundance of happiness, enthusiasm, and positivity. So yeah, when you follow your intuition and you follow what did we get earlier? The signs, that leads you to tranquility and peace, you guys. It leads you to good times of celebration and community. You cannot go wrong. So if some of you guys are feeling powerless, try not to fall into that energy. Don't accept that as your reality. It's not true. You do have power. You can take your power back. You can be strong. You don't have to accept less. You don't have to wait around either for other people to come back. You can move forward on your own. See, look at this, partnerships and balances. It says, pay attention to the new people that are entering into your life and take time to balance your time and energy in existing ones. So what they're saying here is that when it comes to other people, things are balancing out. Any kind of disturbances, they've happened for a reason, okay? This is kind of like the Tower. Certain things crumble because they were faulty to begin with. Now let's see if we can reestablish this structure. Can we make it better than it was before? Sometimes tragedy needs to strike before people can realize what it is that they truly, truly want. And we do have the energy of the wasp. The wasp stings. The wasp doesn't die like a bee. It continues to sting. Okay, the word here is jealousy. I did get an energy, 3 of Swords. We also got the, what was it? Let me just grab it real quick. I want to get the words completely right. Where are you? Here we go. Revenge, jealousy. What the hell? So there's something here, you guys. So it's either your own Queen of Swords energy, your own need to want that revenge, okay? It's your own darkness about this situation that's keeping you stuck, or this is the energy of another person. Either way, what Spirit is saying is that it cannot affect you or touch you if you do not allow it. It cannot disturb your energy as long as you're in an energy of peace. The hard times can be over if you choose it. So that is your last bit of advice for this particular connection. So I do hope that it resonated, you guys. If it didn't, like I said, just go ahead and choose another number or just catch me next week. All right? All right, you guys, so if you chose number 2 or this baby doll head, let's go ahead and get your messages. Let's take a look and see, where is your person, whoever this is, where is their energy towards you? This right here is the Steampunk Tarot. And this is the Shadows of Darkness. Nope, it is the Oracle of Shadows and Light. Where is your person's energy towards you? Mentally, when they think about you, what does this look like? Okay, so we have stifled, bored, and stuck. And we have the Seven of Swords. Wow. Okay, well, this can be a little bit of a challenging message. If you guys have been dealing with somebody who's been a little sneaky, somebody who's been a little shady, just kind of in and out of your life, if they've straight up betrayed you, deceived you in some sort of way, lied, cheated, that sort of thing, this is because of their own issues, okay? So some of you might be feeling like, something's wrong with you, you weren't good enough, that sort of thing. But the thing is, this person this person tends to get easily bored, and they get stuck in their own life, and they're stifled in their own energy. And so what they do, instead of basically figuring out what the situation is, they'll just basically just kind of escape in the middle of the night and kind of step away, ghost, that sort of thing. And so your person right now is either still in that energy, or that's what they're thinking about right now, is how they did this to you. So let's go ahead and get their heart energy. Okay, so this person is in the energy of sweet memories. Temperance. Okay. What I feel is this person may have done this to you before, and they're really thinking about that right now. They're thinking about how they did something to you. That's not to victimize you and villainize them, but that's coming up this way, okay? Because of their own issues and the way that they happen to, or they have a tendency to, just kind of deal with their issues in this way. It's more about them than it is about you. Now, you may have taken it very personally in the very beginning, but we do have this person in their heart space in sweet memories combined with temperance. Now, temperance is a card of healing. It's about taking the time to balance out your emotions, to balance out your feelings. And that's where this person is at right now. They're healing, they're calm, they're thinking of the sweet memories between the two of you. They might not be in this energy anymore, as in that's how they are wanting to act towards you. It's just that they're thinking about when they did act that way towards you. So let's take a look now and see where they're at in their soul's energy. Their spirit. Wow. From death comes rebirth. So this person may have gone through a very significant death and transformation. They've had some sort of rebirth. Yeah, I feel like they're not the same person that they once were, okay? So they've undergone some sort of physical world change. They could have done something where they've revamped their career. Maybe they've revamped their health, their body, their physical circumstances. But they've had to go through a lot, is what I'm seeing in the material world. Things might have not always been very easy for this individual. And so they're having to really undergo a lot of stuff. I also am getting the energy, too, that if you're dealing with someone who is trying to decide on whether or not they can leave a comfortable partnership or a situation if there happens to be another person in their life, I do feel like they know that they're going to have to basically let that go and start fresh and start new. So right now in their heart space with you is they're trying to, in a way, kind of not jump to any kind of, not take any major actions at this time. It's a very calm energy because they either don't want to do this to you again, or they're still kind of working out why they are the way that they are. But I feel like they've definitely gone through some major rebirth and transformation with who they are in the world and why they act the way that they do. So major karma is what I'm also getting as well. So this might not be somebody that you're in contact with. You might not know this, is what I'm getting for some of you, okay? So just rest assured that your person is starting to see something about themselves in a very deep way. So what is this person's shadow at this time, or their biggest challenge or fear when it comes to you in this connection? This is the Twin Flame Shadows Oracle here that I created. Okay, so we have the energy of childish. So again, I do feel like this person was very childish with the way that they acted, or, just some way that they are. And so again, they're having to figure out why they act this way. And we have unavailable. This is somebody who has pulled themselves away. I did get this energy. Seven of Swords is somebody who just kind of ghosts. Somebody who's in and out of your life, somebody who lies like a little child, okay? And it's because of their own crappy energy that they're in this energy. And it's not about you, it's their own childish behavior. So this person may not have been emotionally available either. Again, it's more about them than it is about you. And you may have really taken it personally. We also have the energy of sellout. Now, I did get this message. Somebody might be in a transformation right now where they do have to let go of their status. They do have to let go of some comfortable situation in their life. They may have always valued money and their ego and what things look like on the outside more than they valued an actual connection or a relationship. And so this is some sort of a death that has created a transformation in their life to where they're starting to change the way that they see things. They're starting to change the way and realize that they've sold out perhaps to situations or even connections that have been very empty and disappointing. So I feel like this person is at the bottom where they're starting to realize that what they worked for all this time didn't really give them the satisfaction in the end that they thought it would. And so that might be one of the reasons that they're now starting to think about you. You might be that one person where they had an opportunity to have a real heart connection with, but they may have sold out to it for some reason. Maybe they chose someone else. Maybe they decided to go off and pursue their dreams instead. But really, it just kind of landed them into kind of an empty spot with themselves. It really didn't nourish them. They're still bored. They're still kind of stuck. But they've gotten everything that they've wanted. They've either made it to the top or they're in this energy now where it's like, what's left? So they're really maybe yearning some sort of human connection. And they've really had to learn by perhaps losing you or not being with you that that's really perhaps, maybe kind of where it's at. So that could be it. That could be it for some. But the biggest fear and challenge that they've had is their childish behavior, being emotionally unavailable and selling out to shit that doesn't really matter or last. All right. What are their outer circumstances? So what is the energies of darkness and light around them, affecting them at this time? This is my Spirits of Darkness and Light deck. What is the energy that's surrounding this person that's affecting them in their environment? Ooh, look, you guys. There is the Grim Reaper is knocking on their frickin' door. See? Number 13. From death comes rebirth. This death needs to take place. This is something that's calling them, okay? It says death ending winter. And it depends on where you're at in the world, but the way that I look at this is that we're going into the colder months here. It's now officially fall/autumn, going into winter. So it's time. It's time that this person goes through some sort of a death and transformation in order to have a rebirth. So it is knocking on their door. They cannot ignore any longer. They cannot sell out any longer. We have the Spirit of the Cat, fanciful, curious, and independent. So this could definitely be a person who, really fancies a certain lifestyle. I did see the King of Pentacles here as somebody who really enjoys the material world. They really enjoy the material aspects of life. And not that there's anything wrong with it, but the thing is that's the only thing that you value, and you're selling out to it completely to where it's only material things that matter, and the outside that matters. We really start to lack, our human emotions, and we become emotionally unavailable to where we don't even know how to connect with human beings anymore. So I feel like this person may have spent a lot of time on their own, and they now might be curious and fancying something else. And that might be one of the reasons that they're having those sweet memories about you, is because they're kind of thinking about a connection. We have future predictions and divination. So there is something that they're kind of thinking about in the future. What if? Okay? What if? And so I feel that's one of the reasons why they're thinking about the past. Okay? They're thinking about how they were with you in the past. And they're thinking about, this kind of energy of healing, maybe doing something, even reconciling, because the temperance can sometimes be an energy of reconciliation, okay? And the King of Pentacles is somebody who, they've really done well for themselves, and now it's kind of like they're ready for something new. So it's kind of like looking at the crystal ball and thinking to themselves, what's next? That's the energy. So there's something that's beckoning them to do something different in the future. They're very curious about doing something new, okay? So let's now take a look and see what this person's higher self message is to you. This is my Twin Flame Messages Volume 2. We're going to combine it here with the Chronicles of Destiny. What is this person's message from their higher self to you at this time? See, this person feels badly for something that they did. That Seven of Swords to me was more of like them reflecting. They were in this energy before. They're in this energy now, but they're really starting to reflect on why they are in this energy after all this time. You know, they might have blamed your connection as in they were just bored, they got, stuck or whatever the situation may have been, but then realize that even moving on into other partnerships, they are still ending up in the same exact spot. So really at the end of the day, it wasn't you, it was them. I feel like this person is coming to this realization. So they're starting to realize that they made a huge mistake. They made a huge mistake in letting you go or hurting you the way that they did. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Okay, so they know that their behavior was their downfall. Their mistake was the downfall of this connection. This person is apologizing to you right now through this reading. They know they screwed up. Okay, they do. They know they made a huge mistake. That's why the Seven of Swords is here, because they did this. They either lied to you, they hurt you, and it was because of their own stifled, bored, and stuck energy. It had nothing to do with you, even though they might have said that it was you. They might have projected that onto you. But now they're in the energy of temperance. They might want to reconcile these differences. They're really thinking about you. Sweet memories. They're really thinking about the past with you. And they're really thinking about what's important to them now, what they value now. They may have experienced all that they could when it came to money. But then they realized that maybe some of their dreams or some of their goals, not that they were childish, but that it was based on childhood fantasy that somehow it would make them happy. But when they got there, they realized that they actually ended up with not a lot of connection. And that's what they're lacking. And now they're curious because they've learned something. They come to the end of the road. They might not want to be, alone anymore. They might actually want to be curious and move forward towards the future in a connection. Interesting stuff here. So your person is holding you in some sort of memory, and it has something to do with the past and figuring out that it wasn't you, that it really was them. That's what I'm getting. So let's take a look and see what is, I did this backwards. What is the current state of your connection and the lessons? So don't mind me, that higher self messages was supposed to come after that, but it doesn't matter. So let's go ahead and get the current state of the connection or the lessons that are taking place. This right here is my Twin Flame Journey Tarot, and we're going to combine it with my Twin Flame Messages. I'm sorry, no, my Twin Flame Oracle. Holy crap, I can't talk. All right, what's happening in this connection right now? I feel like someone is looking at the connection now, and they're wanting to work towards what it would be like to be in a commitment with you. They may not have been able to do this. Maybe they've tried to do it with other people and it just literally was a disaster. It ended up the same. It could be that the commitment that they're in right now, it's not going well, or it could just be that they're really wanting commitment. Maybe they didn't before, but they're curious about what that would be like now. So this is a work in progress. They're working towards something, okay? And it doesn't mean that they're making contact. It doesn't mean that they're actively working on this with you together, but it could just be behind the scenes on their own. They're working on themselves to help themselves to be better at commitment later, so that way there's not a repeat of old energy. Okay, so we have the energy of barrier. Okay, well, this is just proving something here. Earlier, King of Pentacles. We know that the King of Pentacles behavior is very materialistic, okay? It's also about taking ownership and taking responsibility. We know that there needs to be a death when it comes to the King of Pentacles. There needs to be a major transformation of this energy. Okay, it could be that your person is still valuing money versus connection, and it's a lesson that they're currently having to work through. It's some part of themselves that they're really hanging on to very tightly, but it's a spiritual lesson, and they're going through a spiritual change because we have the King of Pentacles. This King of Pentacles energy is still blocked. So this person isn't quite ready just yet. That's why we have the crystal balls energy, is because this is something that's possible in the future, but maybe not right now, okay? Maybe not right now, that's not happening. But this King of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles is kind of like as a work in progress. There's two sides to everything. There's a dark and a light to everything. So the King of Pentacles has a light side, which is somebody who is stable, a partnership, somebody who basically wants to be in a commitment. But then the darker side is somebody who is unavailable, only cares about money, extremely materialistic, very selfish. So I feel like that's kind of where this person has been and what they're still fighting at this particular time. And we have numbing. Yeah, this person is still numbing when it comes to money. They still use money as a crutch. They still use money as a source to fulfill their desires and fill their needs. So they're still not quite ready. The Grim Reaper is knocking on their door. This energy is here that says you've got to change your ways. It's just going to continue to lead you to the same situation over and over and over again. It's still not going to lead to that happiness. You can still numb yourself and sell out to it all day long. You can still stay stuck perhaps in a situation because you're afraid to step away and lose money, but it's still going to end up the same. You're still going to be stifled. You're still going to be stuck, and you're still going to be bored. So your person is really having to kind of fight this lesson that they're currently bound to right now. So I feel, and it doesn't mean that this isn't your lesson either. This could really go for you as well, but I really feel like your person is the one that's really stuck in a cycle, okay? But let's just say this is about you as well. It could be that some of you guys are in a commitment where you're just numbing yourselves and you're just basically kind of getting by and surviving if you do have somebody in your life. Now, if you don't have somebody in your life and you guys are single, it could just be, again, you're wanting to work towards a commitment. You're wanting to have that, but the barrier here is that somebody is not on the same page. And so rather than, laying down and dying over it, you're just focusing in the material world, putting one foot in front of the other and continuing to work on yourself. So there's a dark and a light here, and either way, it just kind of depends on how you want to use the energy. But that is what's happening here in the connection currently. Okay, so now since we already did the higher self messages, let's take a look at the projected energies for the future. So we're going to use the Trick or Tarot and the Halloween Oracle for an overall energy for the future. Okay, so winter. Winter has come up 2 times in this reading. So there could be something very significant around winter time, you guys. And again, that depends on where you're at in the world. Something significant about winter. It says the sacredness of pausing. We have the Devil's energy, Capricorn. Capricorn is winter time, you guys. So there's something significant perhaps around Capricorn season. We also have the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is pause. So the sacredness of pausing. And we have the Page of Wands. Okay, so the Page of Wands is an energy of, I want something to happen right now. I'm ready. I feel the spark. I feel spontaneous. I want to go on a new adventure. I want it to happen right now. The Page is a very childish energy, but the child can be positive or it can be shadow-like energy. I'm getting in this particular instance, we may want to jump off, the deep end and basically make something happen right now. But the reality is that old scratch is there and saying, hey, we still have this old energy that still needs to be transformed and healed, and it's just not healed yet. So we're wanting to move forward towards the fire, towards the light, but it seems like the winter, there's still some darkness to get through. There's still some shadow work to get through. There's still some things to consider. This connection is still a work in progress, or at least someone is still a work in progress, so it's just not quite ready. So I know that's not what people want to hear, but what I'm getting is that while somebody perhaps isn't ready, it shouldn't stop you from moving forward with your life and still having fun, like the Page of Wands. still being curious about your future and adventuring and just having a good time. So don't allow someone else's hang-ups to hold you back. Now, if it's your own hang-ups holding back, what Spirit is saying is that after you get out of this energy of staying stuck and figuring out if you want to continue on with something that's maybe not serving you any longer, if you're going to continue to allow it to, keep you stuck, or if you're going to invest instead of walk away from it, the choice is ultimately yours. But we do have the Page of Wands that says, let's be happy already. Make a decision and be happy about it. Whether it's right for you or not right now, you have to make a decision to be happy with your current circumstances or get out of it, one of the two. So it's kind of like a toss-up here. We cut our ties with something that's not working and we move forward with brand new, fresh energy. Now, it doesn't mean that we have to say goodbye forever. It could just be, again, we're taking a small break. We're putting this on hold and saying, hey, I can't change the situation right now, so I'm just going to choose to be happy anyways. Okay? So let's end this reading with some advice from Spirit. So we're going to use my Signs from Spirit Love Oracle and combine it with a fortune reading card. So let's get an overall fortune energy. We have wish. So it says your heart's desire is ready to come true. So we have something that we are wishing for. Any kind of hardship that we've gone through, something good's going to come from it. We have creation. And we have crucifix. Okay, so I feel there's definitely some shadowy energy here. We have some difficult times actually really creating something beautiful here. So if some of you guys have gone through major hardship with this person or this connection, and you've been crucified, like you've crucified yourself, you've been crucified by this person, maybe you've crucified them, whatever has happened here, it's been difficult. Thorns and crucify, that's really interesting. Something about forgiveness and unconditional love, okay? Because the spirit of Christ in my Spirits of Darkness and Light talks about unconditional love, reconciliation, and forgiveness. And I almost feel like that your heart's desire of either reconciling your differences with this individual is possible, okay? But what Spirit's saying in the meantime is create your little frickin' heart out. That's the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands has ideas. The Page of Wands lives their life. The Page of Wands moves forward with their ideas and they create their reality. They create their life and they do it with flair. They do it with, spontaneous action. They do it with harmony. They're successful. They're happy. They're full of life. They're vibrant. So again, it's Spirit's way of saying, look, you've gone through the ringer perhaps with this situation, but you don't have to continue to hold the burden of this darkness. You can take this darkness and you can transmute it to light and you can make something work for you. You can take your knowledge, maybe you can teach others, maybe you can create something beautiful with this energy, but whatever it is, the future, your heart's desires are coming true in whatever way, shape, or form that takes. You are going towards happiness. That's beautiful. So that is the message this week for you guys that chose number 2. Hope it resonated. If it didn't, you can choose number 1 or 3 or next week's. All right, you guys, so if you chose number 3 or this baby doll head, let's go ahead and get into the reading. So let's see how this person's energy is towards you at this particular time. This is the Steampunk Tarot. And we'll combine this with the Oracle of Shadows and Light. Sorry, one card is all I wanted to fly out, and it did. So we have Trick or Treat. We're here. So there could be something significant in regards to Halloween that connects you with this individual. It could be. We do have the Knight of Cups. Okay, so the Knight of Cups is an energy here where somebody is really thinking about perhaps how they feel about you. Okay, because the Cups is the cup of love, making some sort of an offer, saying, I'm here. So it's like trick-or-treating, so out trick-or-treating while you're out and about, while you're just kind of enjoying yourself, while you're living your life. This person is actually thinking about you, or this person is thinking about coming towards you and bringing you some sort of cup of love. So it's kind of interesting because when we're not sitting around waiting for something to happen, it tends to happen when we least expect it. And so I feel like there's that message for you guys. All right, let's see how they're feeling in their heart space. Okay, so we have the energy of ancient wisdom. And we have the Tower's energy. Okay, so I feel like in their heart space, what they might be doing is they might be talking to someone that's older than them, somebody who's wiser than them before they make some sort of a major change or they make a major move. So this could be somebody that you're in separation with, or somebody that if they did happen to do something towards you, make a move towards you, it would definitely have some sort of an outcome that might be catastrophic, or it might be a total shock or surprise. So I feel like they're kind of like getting ready to do something. They're getting ready perhaps to create some sort of communication or make a move towards you. That's just what I'm getting. What is their overall energy, their soul's energy towards you? Please don't lose hope. Interesting. Wow. Wow. Oh my God. Okay, so you might have been waiting for this person for a long time. You might have been waiting for them for a while. And we have the energy here. Autumn is my last chance. Like, I need to get my shit together. Halloween, autumn, are you freaking kidding me? 3 of Wands means your ship's coming back. Somebody, you know, like something happening. We're waiting for something to happen. Something's off into the distance. Don't lose hope that I'll never return. What? I'm sorry. I'm tripping out a little bit, you guys. So to me, this is really telling you here that somebody is really thinking about making a move, like currently, or they're currently in this energy of thinking about returning to your life, but they're still trying to figure out if it's the right move to make or if this is the right time. So I feel like you and this person may not be in contact at all. So you have no idea that they're going through this. You have no idea what they're planning. You have no idea that they're just suddenly going to show up back up in your life and it's going to be a complete shock. Like, holy crap. You completely lost hope that you would ever hear from this person again or that you would ever see them again. And they're currently thinking about returning. I'm sorry, that's what I'm getting, you know? So some of you guys may be like, what the hell? Well, that's the message. I don't know. Okay. Let's see what their biggest fear, though, that they have right now surrounding you in this connection. What is holding them back, perhaps, from returning to your life? Okay, so these cards here. Hold on for just a second. Okay. All right, we have elusive and scorned. This person may have hurt you. They may have walked away from you and scorned you, and so they have been elusive for that reason. They have been elusive for that very reason, because if they hurt you and they walked away from you, they might think to themselves, you don't want anything to do with them ever again. Why would you want them to return to your life? Okay, that could be it. It could be that you walked away from them because you were scorned, and so they've been elusive, as in they haven't reached out, because why would they? Why would you want to hear from them when things went down the way that they did? Could be. So that is the message with what is keeping them from returning at this time. So let's just see the outer influences right now, what seems to be affecting them from the outside energies, whether it's spirit or other people or circumstances. This right here is my Spirits of Darkness and Light divination deck. With the spirits of the wood. Okay, voices, goblins, nightmares. Wow. Okay, well, I'm definitely getting that this person, because of the scorned energy that we just saw, they might be, you know, hearing things as in just certain thoughts, like, you know, why should I do this, or I shouldn't do this, or, you know, goblins are fears, and then of course nightmares. Nightmares are our own worst, you know, prophecies, basically self-fulfilling prophecies. So I feel like this person right now is going through something to where they're maybe thinking the worst, and that's why they're not sure on whether or not they should maybe reach out to you or return, because how would that go? How would you act? What would you do? But the spirit of the rabbit means this person wants to basically grow. They want to spring back into action. They may want to come back together. They may want to even have some physical energy with you, some physical pleasures, and basically grow. Put this back into action for whatever reason. It might even be that okay, so see, we have the Spirit of the Tower here. The energy already came through with the Tower. Let me grab it. So there's something significant with this, you guys. They do. This is a surprise, a shift, and a big change. So this is a big deal. It's a big deal, either them coming back to your life or them making a reappearance into your life, as in it would shock you, or it's something that would take a lot of courage on their part to do it. And they do have a lot of fear connected to this for whatever reason. So they are trying to kind of consult maybe their higher self, or they're trying to consult somebody around them that they respect for some advice when it comes to how they're feeling about you. And they're just, that's what's happening. It could be for some of them too, even though they're thinking about returning to your life right now, they might wait till spring. I just have to throw that out there as well. Okay, so it might not be right away that this person makes a move towards you, but they're certainly thinking about it right now. All right, so let's take a look and see what's happening on this particular connection, your journey, what lessons, what things are taking place. This is my Twin Flame Oracle. And my Twin Flame Journey Tarot. What's happening in this connection? The lessons currently taking place. Okay, I'm telling you, what the heck? I can't make it up. Oh my God. Okay, well, again, this person has some sort of spark. You might be feeling it too. The person watching the video, you might be feeling it's on the horizon, and you're correct. The energy is there. This person wants to reach out. They want to return to your life. So there's a lot of excitement and curiosity. It could be that you guys haven't spoken in a while, so they have a lot of curiosity as to how you're doing and what's been going on for you. And so they have this sudden spark again. It's very fertile. That's why we have the spirit of the rabbit in this reading, is because it's causing them to feel like they want to rekindle something with you. Okay. I'm also getting to that people had to go off and discover something and learn something on their own, like a Page of Wands, a child, in order to grow and to mature and to return later. That's also what I'm getting. For ascension purposes, yes. Temperance is energy for restoration, restoring energy, healing. This is also reconciliation, you guys. So this is about 2 cups, kind of going back and forth, tempering back and forth, healing. So I feel like there's this transmutation that's taking place, ascension, proper divine timing. Everything is in alignment right now with this connection. And we have the energy of unawakened. Oh, see, now we have this unawakened individual that's in action, though. Something has happened to them. So this unawakened energy, I feel like, has suddenly become awakened in this individual. They may have been dormant for quite some time, but now all of a sudden they're thinking. All of a sudden they're wanting to take some sort of decisive action towards you and this connection. I'm telling you, it's here. So yeah, they were in the Knight of Cups with you. Now they're in Knight of Swords. So this could also, of course, be your energy, as in you've been working on you, you've been doing your healing, you've been doing your thing, you've been taking certain actions. Even if you felt like maybe your partner was unawakened, well, you were awakened. So you were moving forward with your life, going towards exciting things and learning and developing. And now all of a sudden everything's kind of coming back around. So let's see what this person wants to tell you from their higher self. Twin Flame Messages Volume 2 and the Chronicles of Destiny. What does this person want to tell you from their higher self? We have the Shore of Trials. So yes, of course, with here I said that somebody had to go off and they had to go through certain trials and tribulations in order to ascend. Okay, Shore of Trials. This person has landed on the shore after a long journey. Oh my God, I will make things right between us one day. I'm telling you, this person wants to come back and they want to make things right one day. So it doesn't guarantee that they will come back. It doesn't guarantee that they will come back during the fall, but I feel like right now, and even if you're on the other opposite end of the world from me, I'm getting here that currently, with the cards that are coming through, means currently now, they're going through some sort of energy where they're waking up. They have landed on this shore after a long journey, and now they're starting to wake up and they're starting to think about you and this connection and wanting to make contact with you and take some sort of action towards you. So this is happening. Okay, now let's take a look and see what is the energy here of the projected future. So let's go into this deck here, which is the Trick or Tarot and the Halloween Oracle. So I'm going to get one card from the Halloween Oracle for the overall energy for the possible future. We have Illumination, Skull of Light. This again to me is a card of awakening. Somebody has been illuminated. Somebody is thinking. They're seeing the light. They're ascending. Look at all of these skulls lit up. That's crazy. I just feel like if you guys chose number 3, this is an indication that your person is thinking of you and your person has finally woken up. The Hierophant. The Hierophant is a beautiful energy because it's a spiritual energy for one, but it's also an energy of integrity. It's also an energy of our upbringing, our values, who we are as human beings, what makes us up, what makes us tick, what does it for us. And so there's a lot of energy surrounding just who we are as human beings. The Hierophant is also an energy of spiritual connections. We have the Eight of Cups. Again, I see the Eight of Cups as a necessary abandoning of situations in order to go off into the world and find yourself, only to return to that Ten of Cups energy. So again, a separation was absolutely necessary for the return later on. There's a spiritual lesson for the spiritual connection. And last message, yes, the Knight of Wands. You know, the Knight of Wands, again, is somebody that needs to adventure, or they need to venture off. They need to find themselves. So I feel like this is Spirit's way of telling you that as this, you and this person remain perhaps in some sort of a separation or challenge, they do have to figure out who they are. They might be very restless at this present time. And so in the future, they need to find their way back to this connection in order to treat you correctly, in order to give you perhaps that, you know, family or that value or that integrity, like just being in, I don't know why I can't say that word, showing you and treating you with integrity, showing the relationship, the connection with integrity. Maybe they were not able to do that before, and maybe this is some kind of fear of commitment. The Knight of Wands is a player, and so sometimes the knight needs to go off and kind of find himself and figure out who he is to find his way back to what he truly wants and desires. This person does want to make things right with you though, so they're sorry about something. So they're trying to figure it out even in the future, but I definitely see the energy here very strong of a return because someone has finally woken up and they're illuminated. And when you're awakened and you're illuminated, there's no turning back. You can't just turn it off. You will always be aware. You will always see something. You'll always understand something. You can't just pretend it's not there. You have a realization. You can't go back. You just can't. We might want to, but we can't, unfortunately. When you see the light, you just can't. You can't go back. So let's get some final messages to close up this reading. This is some advice for the viewer. Signs from Spirit Love Oracle that I created and the fortune reading cards. Let's get one energy here. I also feel, before I close up that portion of the reading, that what Spirit was saying as well is that in the future, keep living your life. Keep your options open. Don't completely close down or shut down your life just because you got the energy that this person might return to you. You want to keep being the Knight of Wands, which is somebody who's living their life to the fullest and feeling really good and having a good time. You're being respectful, of course, with that energy, but you are being adventurous. You're not shutting your life down. You're not shutting your options down. And the Eight of Cups is a continuing of evolving spiritually with the Hierophant's energy. Okay, that's what that means. We do have the energy of the Lovers. There are two paths ahead. Be true to yourself. There's a choice. Just because this person might be coming back doesn't mean that you have to take them back. Doesn't mean that it will be successful. There are choices in the future. For some of you, it might be that there are people that need to make a choice between two people. We have Weave. This is destiny, fate. We have Grapes, satisfaction, and we have 888. New opportunities and abundance are coming your way soon. So Spirit is telling you here that there is some sort of an opportunity for satisfaction that is currently being weaved right now. The actions that you take, the actions that another takes, starts to weave these opportunities in the future. Now, of course, if we stop living and we do nothing, we're not necessarily co-creating to make anything happen. So that's why we have free will. People have the free will choice to do absolutely nothing or to do things to create change and opportunities for their future. So as long as you're enjoying yourself, which is what Spirit's message is here, you continue to weave new opportunities of abundance in the future. Again, it is telling you you have a choice. There are paths up ahead, but you need to, what is the key word? Be true to yourself. Enjoy your life. Weave beautiful new opportunities of abundance. Don't put all of your eggs into one basket and wait years and years and years for someone to return. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. At the end of the day, it's their choice. And at the end of the day, it's your choice on whether or not you will take them back, even if they do return. Okay? We all have free will. So anyways, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed those messages. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.